And we're live. How you doing, Marty?
Hello, good evening. Thanks for having us on.
Hey, man, thanks for coming on. This was something that I had kind of been planning for a while to do a sort of like a something for October, really, to do like a stream, hopefully every week. Maybe this will be a weekly thing. Maybe with different content creators, just to kind of like show, hey, this is my favorite memories of Halloween, traditions that I have to do every year for Halloween, stuff like that. And obviously, we'll probably get mine out of the way in this stream, so it'll really be me asking, the people that join, um, what are their favorite Halloween memories, and what gets them into the mood for Halloween, what films get them into the Halloween season, stuff like that.
Yeah, again, it's a cool concept and it's a cool lead up to Halloween. Also, hello to Max Spoofer and hello to Anthony who just dropped in the chat there.
Yeah, hey, Mass Poofer, thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us. Good to see you here. Anthony Chabot is here. How you doing, sir? How you, buddy, doing? By the way, all right, awesome. Up to 2003. Your memoirs, nice, man. You're cranking it out. I would be down for a collaboration. Yeah, maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. We'll see. We'll definitely see. Patrick Cheetah Will View is here. In the Scottish fold. You're not Scottish though. In the Irish fold, cat house. Which y'all
That's
don't realize is Marty's from Minnesota. So
I it's the illusion is fucking dropped. I was going to go on this whole spiel about the origins of Halloween in Ireland, but I can't because it turns out I'm from Minnesota, eh? You know, fucking
Minnesotans are Canadian also, or
I don't fucking know. I just fucking watching fucking Fargo and I'm like, are they Canadian or is Minnesota near Canada? I don't fucking and I'm asking this poor guy who I accused of being Canadian for God knows how fucking long, and he's a Texan.
it happens, man.
Ah, Jesus.
so
Um,
so what's been going on with you, man? Before we get started with everything, like how's your week been going? Have you gotten any new pickups, anything like that?
no figures. I'm a bit annoyed. I was supposed to be getting Bloodstorm this week. Basically, it's all kind of horror themed Marvel Legend figures, and uh, put back till November.
Huh.
So
Wow.
now it could be that the figure's out. I've seen it in the States. I've seen collectors with it in the States, but I reckon it's not coming over to this pond till November, where I ordered it from Big Band Comics, sent me an email going, "Oh, this has been put back till November,"
Dang.
and I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I'm bummed out about that. Um, Activity wise, I have two videos out. The first one is my top favorite video games from the PS1 in my collection, and the other one is a really quick review of the new Salem Slot. Oh,
Oh,
it sucks
I
and
haven't caught
not
that one yet.
it sucks and not in a good kind of vampire way. It's just it feels like it was written by a machine.
Oh man, AI man taking it over.
Mm.
Looks like we also got Professor has joined us. How you doing, good sir? Greetings and
Hello, Macabro.
salutations. Good to see you here, brother. As for myself, I've been traveling this week, hence I'm not in the man cave right now. I've had some stuff come up, so I had to do some traveling. And in my travels, I did pick up something that I didn't think I was going to pick up or find rather, but I did pick up the
Oh,
Thing
nice.
Flame Monster. I found this at a Hot Topic, and I was literally like, I was like, oh man, I never thought I would find one. And yeah, I picked it up. Obviously, I had to, right? It's a thing.
Larry, what's the scale of that? Is that the standard size, or is it a
No,
bit bigger than it's a
no,
bit
it's
bigger
bigger.
than standard?
So you see this
Hmm.
bottle, right? Drink bottle or whatever. It's pretty much like for scale, I guess.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Nice, cool.
it's a big one, and so yeah, yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to finally have it, and Yeah. So, let's see. Catch them on the tower real quick. Budget ballers take over. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, Professor and Patrick. So that Salem's Lot better or worse than Rob Lowe remake?
Worse.
Wow,
And
really?
the 2000, the early 2000s remake with Rob Lowe
Hmm.
is shanky as fuck, but at least it has a soul to it. This just feels like someone typed in into an AI fucking chat GBT. They typed in Stephen Kane aesthetic 8 remake and Salem's Lot, coolest parts from Salem's Lot, and then
Hmm.
press the button, and that's what you got.
Man, so it's
There's
like
no
we
soul
waited.
to it.
It's like we waited all this time for it. It kept getting shelved, and then now we get this. Man, that sucks.
Yeah.
And we got the legend himself, Rob Vintage Video. Thank you so much for stopping by, brother.
Hey,
Always
Rob.
good to see you, man. And hopefully you come back soon. And Professor saying hello to everybody. Awesome, awesome. That's awesome. So, what I guess we can start off with the meaning behind it, or the theme behind the show is to share our favorite memories from Halloween growing up. And so, Marty, do you want to go ahead and start off?
Right. So you think, considering this is the country that originated Halloween, I'd have some like deep lore story. No, bin bags. Bin bags is the okay. So back in my day, so I'm 40 years of age. Back in my day, so go back 30 years, go back fucking 32 years. Kids had this. You would get this just kind of regular plasticky kind of mask, and you cut holes in bin bags. You cut a hole for your head, you cut a hole for your arms, and you put the bin bag over your body, and you walked around in the pitch black on country roads wearing a fucking bin bag. Let me tell you, in hindsight, it was not the safest, smartest, or even fucking kind of aesthetically pleasing thing to do. But still, I have fond memories of that, going around in a fucking black garbage bag with a shitty mask, collecting whatever the fuck.
Nice, man. I mean, so was it like any reflective anything on it?
No,
Cause
fuck no. No, no, that's the thing. Like, in hindsight, I was like, how was I not hit by a car? I'm fairly sure there's probably kids out there that aren't alive today because they decided to don the fucking
wow.
black fucking bin bag or bin liner. Um, but I doubt that too, because your parents went with you. Your parents wouldn't let you go out on your own trick
So
or treating.
the parents
So
got hit first.
yeah, they got hit first, or like they fucking threw a stone at the car as it was coming around the corner. You know, it's a weird kind of thing. It's like, I don't know how to say. Do you know what the best way I can to explain it is? Do you know the new NECA kids costume figures with like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, and that kind of weird plasticky costume with the image on it, same kind of thing as that, but it was essentially just a fucking bin liner. So
Wow. Yeah, I. It's weird. It's weird to think about those old Ben Cooper costumes.
yeah,
'Cause I know I wore some, and I know like friends, family wore some. So it's like it's interesting how those are actually coming back as in that figure form, And they were so builder basic. They were so
yeah.
basic. They were so like some of the characters. They just like He-Man, right? For example, with a He-Man mask and then He-Man's picture on the front. You know?
It's like in The Simpsons, where there's like a Halloween or costume party, and Milhouse says he's dressing as Nuclear Man, and he just does the Nuclear Man mask and he's Nuclear Man PJs, and you're like, what the fuck? That's you haven't dressed as Nuclear Man.
Oh man, that's crazy. Is that the so what? So what is your favorite? What was your favorite costume growing up?
Um, that was essentially it. I like
Okay.
I kind of, when I left college, got back into going out to my local pub, Brandon's, with my crew. Like when we were in our 20s, I dressed as the Punisher. I dressed as Jack the Ripper. Someone confused me for fucking Zorro, and I was dressed as Jack the Ripper. I'm like, what the fuck? Um, I dressed as the Shadow. I dressed as a couple of different characters, but yeah, my favorite costume though was a friend of mine, Anthony, fantastic artist, used to work on comics. He's a great 2D and 3D artist. He made me fuck it. Hang on. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
All right,
Give me 1 second.
no problem. I'll catch up on the chat real quick. Wow, worse, and that must really be bad because I didn't care for the Ravla one. And Fetches, that's a bummer about Salem's Odd. Yeah, it's weird after like so long. People saying when is that going to come out? When is that going to come out? And then it came out, and it's not even that good. I haven't seen it yet. I need to check it out, but I don't know. Marty's been pretty solid with his reviews and stuff, so I don't know if I'll even watch it. I guess that's what happens when a masterpiece takes a takes a dump, and then that dump takes a dump. Creates a Cooper Basin. I guess so, Professor. 10 favorite owl species. What? No one is giving a hoot about Joker 2. Honestly, Patrick, I didn't really, I wasn't even really excited for it when I first saw it. I thought the trailer was okay, but the first one was pretty good, but I just didn't, I don't know. What about you, Marty? Did you have any interest in Joker 2?
I was going to go see it, and the reviews came out, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Oh,
I'm
man.
I'm good. I'm gonna. This probably won't fit me because this was made for me about maybe just under 10 years ago. I'll see. So,
Oh, nice, man.
so it's essentially Max's muzzle from Fury. Oh shit! It's
Fury Road?
essentially from Fury Road. My friend Anthony made it. He even put a blood pipe in it as well.
That's cool, man.
But no, Anthony is a fucking legend, and I know he's kind of on tough times at the moment. I hope he's okay wherever he is. But he works on some of my earliest comics. He also designed Predator helmets, which I'll show you someday at some
Nice.
point. But no, he made that for me the year I moved in here because we threw a big house party. He dressed as Daredevil from the Netflix series. His
Oh, nice.
missus dressed as Harley Quinn. A bunch of us all fucking just hung out. And it was cool. It was cool. So that was probably my favorite costume. It was good crap.
Nice, man. That's pretty. That looked pretty cool. I mean, that's cool that you still have it too.
The dude busts his whole when it comes to his 3D stuff. He done a fucking barbarian He-Man statue from scratch. He made himself. He went in and bought an old fucking, I don't know what the term is. They're these kind of weird pendulum clocks. He went in, spent I don't know how much on this old pendulum clock, gutted it, and made the bottle Ceci of Candor from Superman.
Wow.
The dude just loves making stuff. So sorry, but wherever he
That's
is,
pretty
I
cool,
hope he's
man.
good. Him and his missus, they were fucking sound out. I hope they're good wherever they are.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Let me go back to the chat real quick. Corey, hey, how's it going, man? Thanks for stopping by. He's here to hang out with us. Macabro says safety back in those days. Pretty sure that wasn't invented yet.
Yeah, no, it was sure fuck it, like.
Oh man.
Go on out
Yeah.
there in your plastic bag in the pitch black. You'll be fine.
No, I mean I believe it, man, because I like we talked about on your stream with the toys, the toys from when we were growing up. It's like I always joke around about like the toys that used to be able to kill a kid, like
Mm.
the toys that had the lead paint or like the steel trucks that could give you tetanus, stuff like that. So yeah, I mean back then it was just like, oh, the light posts are on, then you can come home.
Yeah.
But until then it's just like, okay, get out of the house, go do something. Everybody's saying hi to each other. Yeah, the weekend is here for sure. When evil lurks in the hearts of men,
Yeah,
or what
the
evil lurks in the
shadow.
hearts of men. Yep, that was a good movie, man. I'm surprised they didn't do well. I don't even know if it did well in the box office, but I know I liked it.
It was kind of around that time that the Hollywood dug up a load of old pulp adventures like The Phantom and The Rocketeer and
Right.
stuff.
And Rocketeer, I love that one.
That was a brilliant one. That was a cool one.
I'm just bummed it didn't do like more. Rob says I was Oscar the Grouch one year. All right, remember the corner of the mouth cutting my lips.
Yeah, I those fucking masks.
Oh man,
It'd irritate your face.
Yeah, the that string
Yeah.
that string or whatever. Yeah, it would always like snap, and it was like and leave you like a nice little reminder of the Halloween season.
Want to know how I got these scars? The
Right.
shitty fucking mask.
Ben Cooper masks. But that made you grouchy, yeah, man. Heck yeah. I was Oscar the Rats. Let's see, is that the one? Yeah. Yes, quite. I like the Shadow quite a bit. Yeah, it was good. I thought Alec Baldwin did a good job. When he was still a pretty good actor, still, and he wasn't in trouble. No. As for myself, some of the my favorite memories were just like, it was just going trick or treating, going to people's houses. Because what we would do is we would kind of like, we had a friend of the family that they had like a big area, like a big, I don't want to say yard, but they had like a good amount of yard, I guess. They had like good amount of space. So they would always have like a cookout. They would have like a piñata. I don't know if you know what that is. It's
Yeah.
like, so they had
You
stuff
beat
like,
the tin with a stick.
yeah. So they had like a whole thing going on for Halloween. So like I always remember doing that for several years when I was little. As for one of my favorite costumes, actually I have two. I have one. I would say probably my favorite was one year I had it was Batman 89, and I had the Batman, like the legit like Batman costume, but it was like all like floppy because it was just like you know, it was just
Mhm.
cloth. It wasn't, but it was a legit Batman costume, and I love that thing so much. And then I think my other favorite costume was, and it was totally wrong too, because like I wanted to be Jason for Halloween, and so I had the mask, I had the machete, but the clothes I just got like an uncle of mine some of his old overalls. So it's like a combination of like Jason and Michael Myers, So I don't know.
Jason Myers, Michael
Yeah, Jason
Voorhees.
Myers. But I mean, I was a kid, man. To me, like I was just like, oh,
Nah,
it's,
fuck 'em,
you
yeah.
know. But yeah, those were probably some of my favorite costumes growing up. I had some other ones as I got older. When I was already out of like high school and into past a little bit past my college years, during my bartending years. Uh, I did like an old school. I basically painted my most of myself the Dawn of the Dead color
Oh, the
zombie,
blue. Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
blue. So it was like a grayish blue. I did that, and then this place that I used to work at, everybody loved that place, and I would keep getting people, would ask me, "Oh, what happened to this place? What happened to this place?" I'm not gonna name the place because I don't want to get in trouble. And so what I did was I had one of my old work shirts. So I was pretending to be a dead that restaurant employee. That was my costume. I was a zombie from that restaurant,
Nice.
And that was probably my other favorite because it was something that like I did it myself. I bought the makeup and I tore up the shirt, got some fake blood, put it on there. And then, it was rough to work in that costume because it was so hot, and I was like just kind of like it's like I'm all cakey all
That's
over.
melting and shit.
Yeah, and I'm already a person that doesn't like things like on my skin too much. I'm very like, But no, it was fun though. It was that was like probably the last time I dressed up for Halloween.
It's like the last couple of years I've tried, but it just becomes a bit of a chore. I always find though, bar that mask, my best costumes are stuff I've pulled out of my arse at the last minute. Like I was like, I don't know what to do one Halloween. And Walking Dead was big at the time. So I grabbed my dad's leather jacket, red scarf, and I went down to a sports store, got a baseball bat, and got piano wire, wrapped it around, poured fake blood in it, and put staples on it. I was like, okay, there's my new seal and
Nice.
stuff.
It's like, oh, are you Negan? No, I'm Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah.
That's when you tell them.
Get off my fucking property.
Professor says Rocketeer, definitely the movie where, yep, look.
Oh my god, she in fucking insanely gorgeous in that.
Aside from what was the other one? Career opportunities.
Is that the one with they're trapped in the department store
Yeah,
overnight?
they're
Yeah.
trapped in the Target. That one had some really good cameos too. Like I think it had like an uncredited John Candy, and it also had William Forsythe, who was like really nuts. And yeah, that was another one where she was just like, yeah,
Smoking.
hmm
The bit in that mechanical horse.
it's memed everywhere nowadays, man. So um, yeah, no, man. I mean, other than that, it's like that was some of my favorites. What about film wise? Like, what are some of the films that growing up? Were there anything like that? Oh, I gotta watch this on Halloween, or is this something like I gotta watch this at the beginning of Halloween season so it can kind of get me in the mood, or stuff like that? Is there
my
anything
go
like that?
my go-to Halloween movies would be Evil Dead 2 because just the mischievousness and the kind of craziness of the movie, I think, encapsulates the fucking season. Pumpkinhead with Lance Henriksen. In recent years, I've made it a tradition of watching the kind of mockumentary, the BBC mockumentary Ghost Watch, which, if you haven't seen it, it's pretty fucking cool. This is years before Blair Witch and stuff.
Ghostwatch, which one's that one?
Ghost Watch is essentially um, there's a story behind it. So the BBC wanted to do a dramatization, but disguises as an actual paranormal show. So they got essentially the Walter Cronkite at the time, Michael Parkinson. If anyone from the British Isles, he was a saint. Everyone's like, okay, he was like the fucking honest Abe of TV hosts, and they were like, okay, Michael Parkinson is going to be hosting a show where paranormal investigators go to the house of this woman whose children has been terrified by a ghost called Mr. Pipes. Now, the thing was, if you came in a bit late, you missed a notice to say that this was a dramatization. And there was numbers and stuff. If you tried calling the numbers, the phone lines were jammed. People thought this was real. This was the UK equivalent of War of the fucking Worlds. People started panicking. One kid who thought it was real, who had the mental capacity, I think, of a 15-year-old, he was in his 30s. He killed himself because he's like, ghosts are real. I can pass on now because they've never shown it again on the BBC. You can pick it up on
Wow.
Blu-ray and stuff. But yeah, Ghost Watch, it's really good. I think it's a bit dated in comparison to some of the newer stuff, but it's an interesting watch. It's an interesting watch, and I implore anyone to check it out.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
It came
But
out in 92. It was 1992, and it was all British hosts of actual TV shows. Again, people tuned in, they're like, oh shit, this is a real fucking thing. But sorry, I could have crossed you, Larry.
no, no, that's fine, man. I mean, like when you right before you said it, I was thinking like, oh man, like War of the Worlds. It's
Mm.
basically, I guess at the time, modern day War of the Worlds. Which
That was the thing. That couldn't work nowadays. This is pre-internet.
yeah,
Um,
I think Macabro says the best right here. Oh man, the people overreacting.
it's
What?
it's
That
just
never
it's again,
happens.
it's kind of people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, it's just yeah, man.
Larry.
That's nuts, man. I always dress up for Halloween. I would get into costume to give out candy, and now I dress up to take my grandmas to get candy. So I never stopped getting into costume. See, what I do for Halloween is like I just post up outside with the bags of candy, and I just hand out candy, listen to like horror music or like horror theme songs and stuff like that. That's what I've been doing. Um, as for me, what I need to do to get into the I guess the spooky season, there's a couple things that I do. As soon as like late September hits, for whatever reason, I start listening to Typo Negative, and it's basically Halloween music. If you ever heard Typo Negative or anybody in the chat's heard of Typo Negative, it's just like I don't know, man. It gets me in that mood, and I just I can listen to Typo Negative anytime, and I listen to them quite a bit throughout the year. But it's like whenever that late September starts like creeping up on us for whatever reason, it just that's one thing that kind of like eases me into the Halloween season or spooky season. And I would say also, I guess movies in regards to films, like it would be, well, the other thing would be the Blueberry cereal. That
The kind of
always,
Halloween cereal. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
those also, once start seeing those on the shelf, I'm like, I don't really eat cereal throughout the year, but it's like I have to grab a box of that, at least one or two, and I'll just like, and I'm like, man, finally, like I feel like we're getting there. You know what I mean? And as for films, it's like I'll start watching. I mean, Trick or Treat has become like more of a yearly tradition now. I'll start watching Universal Monsters because that's what got me into horror back then. That was you know, my first experience with horror, and I always tell everybody the Orange books when I was in elementary school. Those were the first things that I saw, and
I saw them. Fucking James Rolfe, you showcased them in one of his videos. The tour of there was
oh really?
basically all the Universal kind of Universal monster picture books.
Hmm. Yeah, pretty much. And that's what got me into it, man. I didn't realize there were actually movies back then because I was so young. I was in elementary school, so I just like bring them home, and I'm like, Mom, look at these, and she's like, Oh, those are movies. I'm like, really? These are movies? Because at the time, I think I was just like, I was mostly Star Wars. Everything Star Wars. I was a Star Wars kid. That's all I would ever watch. You
What
know,
was Godzilla part of that collection? King Kong versus Godzilla. I think
there
that
was
was
a
part of the collection.
there was a King Kong and there was a Godzilla one. And then the weird thing is the Wolfman, the Wolfman one was what is it called? It wasn't the Wolfman. It had the cover of Werewolf of London,
Yeah.
and I thought that like back then I didn't know any better. And then I said, and then later on, like now I'm like, oh, it's not even the Wolfman, it's Werewolf of London, which is not bad. I just it's funny that they messed that up, back
I
then.
I suppose I suppose as well at the time, like fucking, they're like, ah, shit, we can't. It's easy now to troll the internet and find images. Also, hello, cinephile sanity. Um, to kind of troll images, troll
Hey,
the
Sean.
internet and find fucking images, but nowadays not so much.
Yeah, it's yeah. Not nowadays, you couldn't really get. I mean, I guess if you anybody that does even a misprint on something
Hmm.
or a misspelling is like boom, everybody goes for the jugular. You know
Jumps
what
on
I
it,
mean?
yeah.
But no, yeah. Thanks for stopping by, Sean. Great to have you here, buddy. Rob said, "Yep, blueberry is the best. I don't care what anybody says. Count chocolate is
Larry,
good."
Larry, are all those kind of horror or Universal themed monster serials? Do they only come out at this time of year? I thought they would have been all year round.
No, but I think before back in the day they used to be year round, but now they only put them out. I don't know when that stopped, but they only put them out for the holidays now, or our holidays, I guess. So spooky season holiday. More of a Count Chocula dude myself. Frankenberry gives me the
No,
freak.
Jesus. I don't even want to know what color that would be.
I could tell you it's gonna be red.
No.
Jennifer Connelly was pretty when she first came out. Yeah, yeah, but I thought she was. I mean, she progressively got.
Yeah.
My goodness. Agreed. She looked very good in Top Gun. Yeah, actually, I'm surprised she aged pretty well from Top Gun Maverick. I was like, wow, man. Professor also says, and yeah, Ghostwatch is cool. Last I saw it was on YouTube. Okay, so I'll have to check it out.
They used to have it on Shutter, but they took it down for some reason. I don't know
Oh,
why.
really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm assuming maybe they had limited rights from the BBC to show it.
I wouldn't be surprised. Rob is saying some parts of Canada have Count Chocula all year round. Oh, wow, that's cool. But the rest are seasonal. Interesting.
Larry, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Okay, so in relation to Halloween yesteryear, did you have any particular party games that you, as kids, did you and your friends or any friends, siblings or anything, play kind of Halloween party games or anything like that?
Yes, we did. I know we tried this or that same what I was talking about before, where I would go to somebody's house and it was like a
Mhm.
friend of the family and it was like a bunch of people. So I know several times we tried to do bobbing for apples. I
Th-
sucked at it. I could
There's
never get it.
there's another one where like there's an apple on a string and you got to eat it with your hands behind your back.
Oh wow.
And there was another one where you'd get a basin of flour with 20 cents. Now we did it, but apparently it's a fucking Malaysian. I think it's a Malaysian fucking party game.
Huh.
You put coins into the flour and then you cover your face in baby oil or you cover yourself face in cooking oil, which is shit if you had acne, and
Oh,
you stick your face into the flour and try and get the coins to adhere to your face or your skin.
do you
So
keep the
that's
coins or?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh really? So it's like a money game. Like you can
It's
turn
bobbing for coins.
it.
It's what's that fucking thing? What's that fucking dystopian fucking Netflix show with the dudes in the red suits and
Oh,
the
Squid Game.
guns? Yeah, fucking some sort of warped Squid Game fucking thing.
At first, I was gonna say like Running Man or something. You know, it's like I'm waiting for that to start happening. We're good. I'd watch that reality show.
Fucking no. What's in these lungs? Asbestos? No, baking flour. Fuck.
Looks like Mr. Dance here. How's it
Hey,
going,
Mr.
good sir?
Dan.
Thanks for stopping by. I mean, I guess another one that we would play. I mean, it's not really. We would play it because it was dark. We would play hide and seek. So it was like the thing was what what we changed to it was the person had to find us, but the other part of that was as they were looking for us, we had to try to scare them.
Yeah.
So we had to jump out of somewhere. Like, so if they were close by, like say for example, like I was hiding behind a bush or something, and then they're coming by, so they can't see because it's like pitch black. There's like hardly any lights.
So
So
it's more instead of hide and seek, it's more hide and shriek.
yeah, I guess you can call it that. But that was something that we always like because we would have our masks on too. So it's just like, so if somebody was creeping by, you would just come out and like quickly swipe at them, and then they'd be kind of like you know. So you're really, it's not really hide. It's sort of like hide and seek, but not really. You know, it's like it's the one person they're trying to like just find somebody without getting, you know, without getting scared or getting caught. It's more like we're doing the catching. You know what I mean?
Nice.
That was another one, and that one was a lot of fun because it was just like trying to find a place to hide and then like try not to get caught. Because I so if, for example, if I was kind of like peeking around somewhere and then they were coming up and they saw me, well then that was it. Like I was out, like, and then they would go and they would try to get everybody without getting scared. So it was a
It's
variation of hide and seek.
it's it. I've seen kids play that before back in the day. I never really participated because I was a bit of a fucking I was a pussy back in the day. Tried to tell the truth. Yeah.
See,
Uh,
I mean, it took me a while to like become more of a horror person. You know, when I was younger, I was like, oh man, like this is so scary, and I was like, oh, is it a scary movie? And like I was always like, I don't know when that. I guess as I got older, it just changed. It just something clicked, and I was just like, man, I love this stuff. You know,
it,
but it's not like I didn't like it back then. You know, because like I said, I mean, for the longest time since I was a kid, I've forever been a Universal Monsters fan. So.
uh, what's your favorite Universal Monster sequel?
Um, it would be Frankenstein and the Wolfman.
That one's pretty good. I like House of Dracula and House of Frankenstein, although I do feel it's funny. Fucking Dracula gets pawned in those. It's like shit. We need to lose weight. Let's push Dracula's coffin out the back of the fucking coach. It's I'm trying to think which one is that. Is it House of Dracula or House of Frankenstein? Carradine, fucking the Carradine's father. He was Dracula in the later movies, and he's like he gets pushed out the back, and he's like he's trying to cover himself with the fucking soil, and the sun comes up, and basically Dracula's in it for about 10 minutes and killed off.
No, I would say as I've gotten older, Bride of Frankenstein's also a favorite, but if I wanted to be like genuine from when I was a kid, it was Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. I love that one. The fight that they have at the end and everything with the and then the
Dude,
rushing water and everything. I was like, man, I don't know what it was. Like as a kid, I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. Even though even though as much as I love the creature, I do like the second one, Revenge of the Creature. The third one is just, oh man,
that
even I can't get through that. I'm just like, man, what did y'all do? Like, why would you change him so much? Like that look is just so iconic, you know. That's just
was
I don't know.
save money, or they didn't want to pay they went for a cheaper artisan at the time. I love the Invisible Man. It's more of a super villain story than a fucking. It's like a super villain story that happened not to have a superhero. Just him
Hmm.
going around like stealing bicycles and running around in trousers. Good. Here we go around the Merrily Bush, and they're like, this dude's fucking psychotic. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean I like that because it's more of like a good person that basically went nuts,
Hmm.
power hungry, and went mad, you know. And it's just like like you said, it's a villain story, but he was good at first, and then he just went mad with everything.
Yeah, power corrupts and absolute power corrupts
Hmm.
absolutely. Hello, gorgeous. My girlfriend, my lady is in the chat. I just want to say hello
Hey
to her.
Jen, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging with us. Apparently Marty's also from Scotland, from what Patrick said earlier. I'm
Jesus
guessing.
Christ.
So he's Irish slash Minnesotan slash Scottish. So y'all do the math and let us know what y'all think Marty is.
I fucking put on Mike Myers' accent from So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Hey, I like that movie.
No,
No, I love that movie. I'm not gonna say I like it. I love it. I think it's hilarious.
it's a fun movie.
McCarville says the new green flavor is all right. Not count chocolate levels. Of course not, man. You can't beat the classics. Levels of additives, but not bad. Tastes like green apple. Oh, okay, that's cool. I haven't. You know, it's weird. I haven't seen that one around here. I saw it last year, but I never. I mean, I'm just blueberry, man. I'm just gonna go with that. Hey, Mr. Dan, welcome to the spooky chats. Everybody saying hi to each other. I never played any Halloween games. Soon as I loaded my Halloween bag bucket, I ran home and gores on Halloween candy and birthday cake.
Oh, Jesus, you poor bastard.
And so I guess that's actually that brings me a good question. So when what about you? When you would get your candy, would your folks be like, "Oh, I got to inspect it"?
Well, no, because luckily enough, we didn't live in a country where some dude wanted to make an insurance claim, poison these kids, and then blamed it and causing a massive fucking urban legend that lasted to this day, if I'm not mistaken. No, but the thing was, growing up in Ireland, if you got maybe two Snickers, you were doing well. Like the thing is, no, I'm serious.
Oh, that's how it was. That's how it was with me too. It's like we're always like, who's got the chocolate? Who's got the good stuff?
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
you usually end up with a lot of monkey nuts and hazelnuts and fruit. Yeah, no, fruit.
Wow.
And it wasn't even that nice of fruit. Just these rotten bananas and shit that were. It's like you'd open your bag and you'd been swinging your bag and belting it off your leg, and when you open up, there's this banana mush at the bottom. And you're like, yeah,
Oh, so whatever good candy was like coated in nasty banananess
yeah, no, it
nicks.
was. I know one lad who got fucking cough drops. Someone gave him cough drops. They didn't have any sweets. They're like, here you go.
I swear it's candy corn. Oh man, that's great. For me, it was like I'm trying to think. Yeah, it was like I remember a few of the kids being like, you know, there would always be that really cheap candy, like candy corn, the little. I don't know if y'all had them over there. The little strawberry. It was like a little wrapper, strawberry wrapper. It was like a strawberry wrapper, and it was like a hard candy. And they had like these like they were like little. I don't know, man. They looked like little like certs or Tic Tacs or something like that, and they were like the different colors and stuff like that. Those always sucked.
Larry, the history books will tell you the Irish famine ended in 1847. Truth be told, the Irish famine ended in 1991. So,
Jesus.
okay, yeah, no, it's like, Jesus, what the fuck? You, okay, you maybe, okay, so a good haul in Ireland, say circa 91, 92. Two Snickers bars, a handful of sweets, and one packet of crisps. That was it. And that you could go to an entire neighborhood, and that would be it. It's just
Wow.
at the time when I was a kid, people were they weren't mean or stingy with their money. They were just careful. And when you got something like that, even if it was a paltry amount, you appreciated it. And my God, I sound like I lived in a third world country. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't, we weren't that economically viable at the time.
Well, I mean that just speaks to the different cultures too, man.
Yeah.
The way things are over there as opposed to here. Like I'm complaining about this like crappy candy, whereas like you were lucky if you got like you said, two Snickers.
Mm.
And yeah, I mean that's just I'm sure other people in the chat have similar stories too. I mean, it's crazy, man, to think about it. Uh, let's see. Professor Bride of Frankenstein for me. Dr. Pretorius is a fun villain. Karloff gets to act more, and we get a sexy, sexy bride. Me like it.
James Whale was a fantastic director. Original Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein,
hmm
and The Invisible Man. He fucking kicked arse directing
What
those.
was that? And that's the thing. Like, I mean, I guess nowadays I didn't really think about it back then, but I feel like nowadays Bride of Frankenstein almost overshadows Frankenstein these
To an
days.
extent, to an
You know.
extent. Like a lot of the elements that people think when they think of the Frankenstein movie, a lot of the elements are from Bride of Frankenstein. Yes, there's some other older parts that are in the original movie, but I think when people think, "Oh, this is like," you'll see people make a mistake. Oh, and where that bit in Bride of Frankenstein, or that bit in Frankenstein where the bride shrieks, and they're like, "No, that's Bride of Frankenstein." You gotta kind of correct people on it.
hmm Looks like Mr. Dan just got the Creature Legacy set. Nice, nice.
Nice.
As I said, the third one for me is kind of like I don't know. It's just he's just like this hulking. Doesn't even look like him. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just that original that look that is so iconic and gorgeous. It's beautiful, man. It's just I don't know that whatever they went to on that third one, just like, and I know they tried to like, oh, it's a mutation and all this stuff, and I'm like, oh man, just come on.
No, you just cheaped out and got a different fucking effects warehouse.
So now, according to Jen, she says you clearly are from Minnesota. So
Uh,
y'all heard it here, folks.
as Jen said, but Larry and Jen fucking cracked the case. I'm the dude who threw Steve Buscemi into the fucking wood chipper apparently in Fargo.
Mr. Dan says, I love The Invisible Man reading the original novel right now. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
And then, yeah, going back to Crummy. Crummy.
Pack what the
Oh, man,
fuck?
that's crazy. Also, by the way, thanks for stopping by, brother. Good to see you here. Uh,
Sweet Jesus.
most hated Halloween candy you would get for me, candy corn. I ate that stuff. I'm right there with you, man. Candy corn or the one I was talking about, they look like little certs on a string or something. I was like, who's gonna eat that? I'm not gonna eat that. I tried that
Camel
like what?
camel balls. I will show you. I sent Jen some camel balls before. No, it's a sweet
Oh,
that's
I
in
was
a
like,
packet that's two, but the package on the package it's like two camel testicles, and they taste awful.
they taste like testicles. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I've never had them, but
I mean,
yeah,
that's the way you describe it, Marty. I'm just kind of like it's a little too on the nose or something. No.
Irish cuisine is unique. You just saw me make a sandwich out of fucking chips, man. What the fuck more do you want?
Well, I mean, I have a buddy that would do a sandwich with Doritos and mayonnaise. You know,
Oh fuck! You need butter. You need lubrication.
Well, the
Mayonnaise isn't.
mayonnaise.
No, man, mayonnaise isn't lubrication enough. I really gotta. Jesus Christ, Jen, I've been hanging around with Jen
Oh
too
my
long. I
god.
apologize.
I always got excited when I got a pencil or a rubber spider or oh yeah, that was cool. I liked when they did those little like rubbery creatures. Yeah, I remember those. Wax lipstick. Never got that. But obviously I guess because I was a boy. Stickers always were cool. People put little bags together, trick or treat. Yeah, actually, that's what I've been doing the last couple of years. Is like I'll count out some candy, and then I have like some little like creatures, like centipedes and like creepy crawly stuff that are just like generic stuff. I put like a little bit of those in bags as well. So yeah, and I don't know. I think that doing that kind of stuff is so you give them the candy, but you also give them a little extra something something, like a little toy.
Larry, do you know what I'd love to do? I would love to get a full size xenomorph costume. Sit down in a chair, just idle, and have like the candy bowl next to me. And if the kids came over, I'd just be like that. I'd love to do that. That'd be wicked. Just they think you're just a decoration until you get up and start screaming.
Yeah, see, my wife was telling me that I should do that. Like I have because I usually like I told you I set up outside, have a
Hmm.
bowl with bags of candy. What I she was telling me what I should do is like I should dress up like say Michael Myers or something, and just like be
Hmm.
sitting in the chair, just like completely, you know. And if somebody comes up and tries to get to, just like get warned, like jump out and freak them out and stuff. And so I've thought about it, but it's like I just haven't found the time to get everything, get the mask and the stuff. But so yeah, I've been there, man. I've thought about it too. That's pretty funny. I'd like to do that. In Montreal, we got I remember dumping my pillowcase like 3 times. Dang,
Jesus,
nice man.
diabetes ahoy!
Kids would always throw the apples. Oh, that's funny. All over the street. Yeah, like what fruit? Or those marshmallowy peanut shaped candies. Which ones were those?
Is it Larry? Is it a Halloween tradition as well to toilet paper houses? Again, that's an American thing, right?
Yeah, it's weird though because like I don't remember. Like I saw it in films and I've heard about it, but I don't remember anybody doing it. I don't remember like I didn't know anybody that did it. At least I don't think I did. I don't think I do. Um, Now I did see houses that had the toilet paper on the trees, but I think that was from the people that was their decoration. But I don't know. I never saw like I wasn't walking by and kids were throwing, toilet paper or anything like that. Nowadays it's like, that's wasteful. Whenever there's like a storm or something coming up, everybody
Fucking COVID. People were
yeah,
struggling to get fucking jacks roll. It's like, get it down off the trees. Honey,
it's
it's
like
been there for 5 months and it's covered in
I need
poison
it.
oak.
I
I
need
don't
it.
care. I need to wipe my ass.
Oh man, that's great. Uh Christina, thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us as well. Where's Halloween candy chick tracks?
Huh?
What are those?
I don't understand
The
this
ones that
fancy.
also another one that I didn't like were the hot tamales. Did y'all ever have those?
No, but I seen them out in a fucking. I seen a picture of them. What the fuck are they?
They're like jelly or yeah, they're like sort of like a jelly candy, but they're supposed to be I guess spicy. I never liked them as a kid. I was like, oh, these are gross. And another one I didn't like, and this is just a hot take. I'm not a fan of Whoppers. Have you ever had those?
No, and I'm guessing you don't mean the burger.
No.
Um,
No, they're
what
like
are they?
little. They're basically like little. They're like little chocolate candies, but they have like a crispy, hard inner thing. I don't know. It's hard to explain because I don't know exactly. I never liked them. I always gave them away because I didn't like them. And but they had chocolate on them, so like that's why some people were like, "Oh yeah, you don't like Whoppers?" And I'm like, "Nah, I just don't like the crunch. The crunch would mess with me." Like I said, man, I'm weird when it comes to certain things. And let's see, Old Dark House was James Well too. I think. I don't think I've seen that one. I've heard of it. I can't remember if I've seen that one or not. Professor says also for some reason people would give out loose peanuts. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that
that
too.
that was staple in Ireland. You not 90% of your Halloween bag would be filled with just loose peanuts.
Hmm. With the shells,
Yeah,
I would get the ones with with like that were shelled. Like or
yeah.
not. I guess shelled is when they're like open, but no, like the ones with the shells, and it was
But
messed up
with
too.
the
The,
monkey nuts, the little kind of rough monkey nuts and stuff as
yeah,
well.
and the messed up thing was, it's like I thought it was hilarious that they would give you that, but it would like be missing one of the nuts. So it's like, man, you're already
Ah.
short. You're even shortchanging me at that. I'm not even getting the two. I'm like, seriously. Let's see. Let me finish. Brought a sack of peanuts wholesale and gave them out, which sucked because I'm allergic to those. It's like, yeah, that's the thing. Back then, it's like people didn't give a shit. They were like,
Yeah, I
"Oh,
like
nut allergies? I don't
nowadays.
care. Here you go."
Yeah, nowadays it's like you fucking end up with a lawsuit in case some child, oh my kid, I got Snickers off you. It's your
Mhm.
the fucking responsibility as the adult to check what they're fucking eating.
Yeah. Again, that goes back to like, are you checking are their parents checking the candy and stuff? Because
I
now it's like now apparently nuts are just as bad as like, just as bad with the peanut allergies. You know what I mean?
did
Yeah.
you see that video of like not video, it's a picture, for the love of God, please, I implore you to check what is in your child's Halloween candy. I found I found this in my son's trick or treat box. For the love of God, please. And it's a Snickers snapped in half, and each side is there's a Glock shoved in between. There's a fully sized Glock just in between the
Oh man, that's funny.
uh, oh fuck.
Oh man, now that would be interesting to get as a candy. I'm like, what? All
Mm.
right. Mr. Den says, should have been a female creature in the third one. That would be interesting.
They had plans. I watched a really cool Universal documentary on YouTube. I
Hmm.
think it's 100. Was it 100 years of Universal Monsters or something? It's on YouTube there. If you, I'll look for it again and send you the link. But it was really cool. It went over everything from Frankenstein's monster to the Invisible Man to the Wolf Man, the different iterations, different actors, and how the legacy of what we have today. For example, the Universal monsters, as you know, all the kind of costumes and masks and stuff. We get the fucking we get the Dracula with the widow's peak. We get the Frankenstein with the bolts in his neck. They're all from the Universal monster movies, and they
Hmm.
influenced the likes of the serial and comic books and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, of course, man. I mean, I used to remember some of the advertisement for Doritos. They had like Universal Monsters. They had like a little thing. I think it was either like a sticker or something in the bag, and you can get something out of Universal. They used to do a ton of that stuff in the '80s for Universal Monster stuff. You used to see that stuff everywhere, and I don't know. I don't know why it went away, man. You would think nowadays it'd be like even they'd be banking on that now with that stuff.
I love. There's another cool documentary with Tom Savini, and he's talking about growing up making all the Revell. Is that the company? Or was it maybe no? Revell is a newer company. Basically, the model kits, the Universal model kits
Hmm.
that you could get, and that they were so fucking cool back in the day. That was their NECA. That was their fucking thing.
I think I've seen some of those old model kits like at places. Like I want to say I think I saw one of the creature and I almost bought it at some place that's local to where I live. And I was like, man, that looks so good. But I think they wanted like $250 for it. And I was like,
Yeah,
it's
fuck
not
that.
it's not that cool.
Jesus.
But I thought about it. I seriously thought about it. And then I was like, hey, how much is that? It's like, oh, that's 250. I'm like, okay, we can go ahead and put that right back. Web Kaiju, thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us. Everybody's chilling. Let's see what Jen says. I'm still mad at Marty for
The camel
ca-
balls.
camo camo balls. They're super sour. They're sweet once you get to the point, but man, they're sour. Looks like we also have Texas Russell. Thanks for stopping by, good
Hey,
sir.
Texas.
He also hates candy corn too. I call them old old
Granny's
granny
teeth.
teeth. Oh man, that would have been cool. Mr. Dan would spice up sausage fest.
What?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
oh man, that's funny. It's Mad Night. Let's see. The best part of going trick or treating, the candy was cool, but the best part for me was coming home with my best friend, us dumping out all of our candy, doing serious trade and negotiations. Did you did you ever do that? I know. I feel like I did that one time. I was like, oh, I don't like this. You can have that, but can I have that?
No, because the fact is, you got fuck all in my neck of the woods. So you kept what you had, like, fucking. Maybe I switched the fucking bounty for a Twix once and I instantly regretted it because bounties are coconut and fuck coconut and everything that fucking follows coconut. The fucking shittiest fucking tend to put the fucking sweet. No, sorry, I don't like coconut.
You don't like
I don't like
almond joys?
fucking no, Jesus.
Almond joys are great, man.
Fuck coconut, man. I'm fucking Robin. I look like fucking Robinson Crusoe. I ain't eating nothing fucking with coconut in it, okay?
Wow, man. I feel so like
I'm not
surprised.
attacking you. I just my own
No, no,
fucking.
no. I feel like what is it called? I feel like I don't know you anymore, Marty.
That
I'm just
Minnesotan
kidding, man.
charm, the Minnesotan charm has faded.
Oh, man, that's crazy. The night before Halloween. Let's see. Chick tracks are the little Bible comics.
I can buy
Huh.
one of them. Yeah, the born again Christians or fucking Jehovah's Witnesses or something used to hand them out, and it's like, oh, kids going trick or treating and then they die in their sleep and go to hell and shit. And it's like, what the fuck is this?
The religious comics are hilarious. Wow, that's
Yeah, it's a
crazy. Looks
fucking.
like internet Eric is here. How you doing, good sir? Where's candy? Black licorice flavored. Oh yeah. Oh, those jelly beans are horrendous.
Uh,
Did you ever try licorice?
I tried once and then I just whipped my cousin with the rest of it. I was like, fuck, ugh, fuck this. Stop, please, please.
Hey, Katie. Thanks for stopping by. Nice to see you. Yeah, it looks like the consensus is black licorice is horrendous. Mr. Dead says a female creature could have been a different look. Yeah, I think. Man, that sounds interesting. I mean, it's kind of like, I guess, in the sense later on, how I think you and I have had this conversation about like a female predator.
Yeah,
That would be like, that would. I know I'd like to see a female predator. So I never thought of that concept of a female creature. That would be pretty cool.
like it had to have come from somewhere. It wasn't fucking osmosis or
Right?
must there.
Well, he was hatched.
Maybe it's like fucking Godzilla, fucking 98. That's
Yeah, where he's like,
asexual.
yeah, he's
Both.
asexual. He's both. Hey Johnny from the Wild Guys, how you doing, good sir? Thanks for stopping by. Everybody saying hi to everybody. Everybody saying hello to everybody. Yeah, man. The other thing. Oh, look, she's with you. She does.
Yeah, no
Katie's with you.
coconut. Unless you're Robinson Crusoe, coconut has no fucking place in a human diet. Okay, I'm just gonna fucking say it right here, right
What?
now.
I mean, I don't know, man. I think. I mean, I'm not saying like I eat it regularly, but it's just like I like some like shredded coconut on stuff. But I mean, hey, man, to each their own. You know, I'm not attacking you either, Marty. I'm
No,
just
no,
saying
no, no, no. I don't feel
almond
attacked.
joys are delicious. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, it's kind of. I just, it's just. I'm not a fan of coconut. It's just weird.
So if I send you some, you won't try it. You ever had an almond joy or no?
I don't know. I've never had one, but I don't
So
know. Jen
they
will probably send me one. She'd probably like, here,
well, you
I'll
sent
send
her
you
the
one.
camo balls, so at least
Fair
she'll
is
send you.
fair. She can poison me back.
You're,
It's
I mean, you're not allergic, right?
no, I'm not allergic.
Okay, okay.
I'm
Because like
allergic to the
that's
fucking taste. Like, again, bounties. I fucking hate bounty. I swear to God, you go to any fucking household around Christmas time, there's these big tubs or tins of sweets that come out around Christmas called celebrations. You get Twix, you get Mars, you get Snickers, and you get
Hmm.
bounties. Fucking 9 out of the 10 times, the sweets that are left, the fucking bounties, because fuck coconuts. That fucking vile fucking.
I need to see what this is, man.
Which
Bounties. Let me see here. I'm gonna look it up real quick. So let's see. Let's see. Mr. While that's coming up, it's taking forever to load. Uh, Once I was hunting in the flea markets and found an Elvira model kit. Oh wow, I didn't buy it because not only was it expensive, but it was missing the best part. And what's the point?
getting Elvira without her boobs is like getting Superman with no cape. It's just bullshit, man. Jesus Christ.
It's like, what's the point? Oh, okay, bounties. Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess that's sort of like an almond joy. Yeah. So it's sort of like an almond joy, except it has an almond in it. I mean, they also have mounds, which is doesn't have the almond in it, but
Mounds of what?
well, that's just what it's called. It's just called mount. It's just called mounds. So
Mounds
it's
of
like
shit.
bounties. It's basically like it's just chocolate and the coconut in the middle. But I like the almond joys, the one that actually have the almond in it. I don't know what it is, man. I think they're delicious.
Jesus Christ. I wouldn't. No way, no fucking how.
Jen says Keebler cookies make some delicious coconut cookies, and I'm not a coconut person either, but those cookies are delicious.
Heresy, woman. Heresy.
Rob says bounties are all right. Yeah, I'm assuming looking at the photo, it's kind of like the mounds for us. So it's like, yeah, they're okay, but it's
Mounds of shit, more like.
oh man, that's great. I guess beyond that, man. What was your favorite candy then?
Right. So if you can't get it anymore, but if you were going trick or treating and you got a drifter, that was super nice. They don't make them anymore. They were like Twix, but they
Mm,
were super crispy, super crunchy, and had a fucking shit ton of caramel mixed in between the fucking biscuit. They were nice. You can't get them anymore. They brought them back in the mid 2000s and then they stopped doing them again.
wow. Yeah, you're right. They look some of the photos I'm looking at. Yeah, they look kind of like a Twix or something.
Hmm.
Huh. Interesting.
That
I don't
that or a double decker. Double deckers were lovely as well.
an upper decker.
No, double decker. No one's taking a shit in anyone's toilet fucking cistern. Double decker,
Uh,
double decker. They were a chocolate bar with like biscuit and nougat, big fucking
hmm.
thick piece of nougat on the top.
My my favorites they've certainly changed over the years. I used to love Snickers when I was a kid. I used to love M&Ms, you know. I like the peanut M&Ms more. And but no, nowadays I would say my favorite is are Twix, Three Musketeers, and trying to think. I used to love the heck out of Reese's Pieces, but I think I got burned out on them. I used to love the heck out of that. The peanut butter cups, and then for a while, like when I was a kid, I stopped liking M and M's, and I love the Reese's Pieces. Did you ever have those?
Jen sent me over Reese's Pieces. I fucking adored them.
Yeah, they were amazing. I haven't had them in forever, but yeah, those I used to just power those down, man.
Do you
Now
know?
go ahead.
Do you know what Jen sent me over? And again, it's not Halloween per se. She sent me over Twinkies because I was like, "What's this fucking whole thing with Twinkies?" I love Twinkies, but my favorite thing is putting them on top of the toaster. They're too big to get down the slides
Mhm.
his toaster. So I put them on top of the toaster and I turn them. A toasted Twinkie is fucking gorgeous. It's the nectar of the gods.
Well, you know what they do at some like places here? They do fried Twinkies.
I
You ever
suppose,
heard of
yeah,
that?
I have an air fryer, so I suppose I could fry them.
There you
But
go, man.
I prefer them toasted though. I don't know why. The sugar crystallizes and it's just fucking chef's kiss. And dunking
What's
them in tea or hot chocolate is nice as well.
Oh, you said tea. I was
What
like,
did
what?
you think I said?
I thought you said tea. I was like, what? I was
That's
like, Marty,
Hey,
come on.
Jane has German ancestry here, not me. Okay.
Ram's piss.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh man,
Oh,
that's nuts. Professor says if someone ever gave me a candy that has nuts and coconut, they're getting KO'd and have that candy stuffed in places, dark places. Oh man, here we go. When I think of coconut, I think of the smell of a sexy lady at the beach swing.
dude. Like when you're alone and feeling lonely, don't cover yourself in coconut butter and just like choke the monkey. There are other options out there, like
It's
get
like
the woman maybe fucking perfume that smells like coconut. That's just don't be caught. Don't be caught in the public toilet covered in fucking coconut oil by the cops. Okay, that's how shit goes bad for people.
uh Rosendo says favorite candies, Heath toffee bars and Rolos. I didn't like Rolos.
I
Those
like
are
Rolos. I like toffee.
See those whenever I got the Rolos, I was like, oh no, y'all can have this. I didn't I don't know for whatever reason. And then I remember McDonald's they started doing like the McFlurries and they had the bare basic of like so it was either cookies and cream. They would do the I think they would do the Heath also. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, I don't think I've ever had Heath before. And then they're like, oh, it's like this. The way they described it was not the way it was. Because when I had it, I was like, oh. So I don't
I
the candy by itself, I'm fine with it, but the Rolos I can't do.
okay.
And then for whatever reason, I couldn't do it in that. I just couldn't finish that McFlurry or whatever.
I love the Smarties McFlurry, but the machines are always fucking broken. Why the fuck are ice cream machine?
Man, even over there, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's a fucking. You travel anywhere in the world. I went to Amsterdam, right, and myself and the boys are fucking. We were settling down after an exciting evening, and I fucking murder him. I'm sorry, sir. The ice cream machine is broken. I'm like here as well.
Yeah, we got one guy that's gonna come and like fix it. And
There's only one specialist.
there's only one specialist. Oh man, and he's in America right now trying to fix another one. Oh, that's crazy. Professor says, "I love getting Three Musketeers, M&M's, Kit Kats." Oh, that's another one. I like Kit Kats too. But if I had to choose between like Kit Kat and like Twix, I would go with Twix all day, day. Still my favorite candy to eat. I still love Twix. I love just I don't know what it is about snapping the Twix apart. It's so satisfying. I don't know. I'm weird, I guess.
Okay, you guys were mental for doing things like the Tide challenge and stuff back in the day.
I
In
didn't
the
do it.
No, no,
Don't
no, in
don't don't
America in
don't
general.
don't lump me into that
Okay, okay.
crazy.
Did you ever do the Kit Kat challenge?
No.
Okay, so back in the day, right? If you're in the school ground and someone had a Kit Kat and it was like, I'll give you €1 or €2 if you do the Kit Kat challenge. You get the Kit Kat, put the whole thing in your mouth. Don't break, you just put it in your mouth and you get someone to slap you on the fucking cheek as hard as you can with the Kit Kat. I seen someone's fucking tooth come out because of that
Oh.
fucking bar. It was like there was Kit Kat and fucking calcium everywhere. It was horrible.
Oh man, that's nuts. But see, I don't see Kit Kats as like that hard though. That's weird.
But when they're bricked it when they're in that flat fucking tile and they're in someone's mouth and you fucking slap them like fuck it, you could choke. You could easily fucking choke like.
Wow. I did do I did do the cinnamon challenge.
Oh Jesus Christ, that's fuck. That could kill someone.
Yeah, that's bad. I tried that one time, and I think it was because I at a place, one of my first restaurant jobs that I worked at, we would do all sorts of stupid stuff at night. So we're like, "Oh, I dare you to take a whole spoonful of like the blueberry puree." And I was like, "No problem." Boom, I took that down. And then they were like, one night they were like, "Oh, let's do the do a spoon of cinnamon." But you can't swallow it. Like you have to hold it there before swallowing it. So like they would time you. So like you had a spoonful of cinnamon. You're
What
there.
was there money on the line with this?
Yes.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, there was definitely money on the line. But that was later when we started getting to that point where we're just, again, this was late night and we're just dumb idiots, not had nothing better to do.
As bad as the cinnamon challenges, like later on again, Tide Pod challenges are fucking fire challenges, motherfuckers setting themselves on fire for TikTok videos. And you're like, Charles Darwin would be turning in his grave right now. He's like, no way, this
That
species had its run.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. It's like, there's times where like thinning the herd is, and I guess I would agree with that. It was just like Tide Pods, seriously. It's like how did that like
How did that start? Who thought it was like,
exactly? I mean, I can understand. Because I mean, you see a Tide Pod, the smell of it, I'm like, oh, and then if it's one of those like fruity smells, I'm like, oh, that smells nice. But I've never thought to eat it.
yeah, like you expect a small child or something. Like you can't even go on like the fucking discovery of ignorance. These are Western civilized teens doing this. It's not like some caveman saw, hey, you see that tin with the horns? I wonder what the stuff that comes out of the fucking tins on its stomach tastes like. Let's try that. Like I want to know the brass balls and the first guys who tried milk. They're like, okay, let's try milk in this tin. Well,
Well, where I grew up, um, they would eat the people would eat the intestines of like cows,
Jesus. Okay.
and then I never got a taste for it. It's horrendous. It smells ridiculously bad. But people are like, "Oh, you just got to cook it the right way." And it's just like, "Oh my god, it's
Fuck that.
disgusting, man."
No
But
fucking way.
getting back to the chat real quick, I don't see him hardly anymore. But does anyone remember the chocolate coins? The packaging was cute. They had little monsters on them, and you opened them up. Oh, you know what? I do remember those. I think they do that similar for Easter. Not, I don't. It's not really but the ones for Easter are like a little bunny. But I know what you're talking about. Like I remember the monster coin ones. They do something similar now, but it's just like an Easter bunny, like in an Easter shape, and it's just like a picture of a bunny on it, and they were round chocolate coins. Yeah, I vaguely remember those, but I think the newer thing to that, or the upgraded thing to that, is just those chocolate bunnies. No Rolos, blasphemous. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Blasphemonious.
Next time I have some, I'll save them for you, brother. Oh, this goes back. Okay, so this goes back to remember when the twins down red pepper flakes. So there's a story behind this. Um, in We were at a McDonald's. Funny enough, we're at a McDonald's and they had like that's when they were introducing like pizzas at
Mhm.
McDonald's. Um, so we had just left the movies. I think we had seen Starship Troopers, and it was me, my buddy Rosendo, and two other friends of ours that were twins. Like they were exact, like identical twins. And I can't remember the part. I can't remember is like I don't know if it was for a bet. I bet you won't eat that. I can't remember. Maybe Rosendo can like say that part of it. But he literally just got like a little ramekin of the chili flakes that you put
Oh
on
shit.
pizza. He just got that, picked it up, and like just downed it. and the his face and the way he reacted, like after he took that, I guess he had never tried it before, was priceless, man. I wish back then we would have had like cell phones with cameras, so I would have filmed that shit because it was hilarious. Oh man. But again, it goes back to like the dumb stuff that we used to do. You know. Oh, here we go. I tried haggis last year, almost puked on.
Yeah, that tracks.
I've never I've never had haggis. What
No,
is it?
it's a sheep's stomach, I think. I could be wrong. It's either sheep's stomach or sheep's intestine. I
Hmm.
think it's stomach though, or
Ugh.
it could be the intestine shoved into the stomach and boiled.
I don't know, man. I mean, I guess it's like what I was talking about here with the cow intestines. You know.
But it could be just a regional thing because like
Right.
the amount of meat we eat and stuff, and the fact we drink milk and stuff. You go over to somewhere like Indonesia or China and stuff, and they're looking at us eating fucking whoppers and drinking fucking whole milk, and they're like, "What the fuck? That's fucking disgusting!" Like, there's a reason the Chinese are probably have the most longevity of any nationality in the world because they fucking
Because they don't eat all the other crap that we do.
yeah. It's like, Jesus. So again, it's a regional thing. It's like what one country might think is a delicacy, others might be like fucking gross.
So going back to the twins thing, he was like 5 seconds. He couldn't, after 5 seconds, he was just like, yeah.
Fucking
He's like,
chili
he's like,
flakes. What you
oh,
expect?
he was like going nuts. He's like trying to drink water, and it's like, oh, it's great, man. It's hilarious. Like I said, it's those times where I wish I had like phones back then. Thinking back, and I was like, that would be hilarious. But we did a bunch of dumb stuff when we were younger, obviously. Um, I guess going into my final question is there what are some traditions that you do like it's like okay, Halloween's coming up, I have to do this for Halloween, or stuff like that. Like, is there anything from your, it could be past, present, you know
um, like traditions per se, I'd put throw up some decorations and stuff from my niece or nephew were around her. But honestly, of late, COVID put a fucking big bash on a lot of things. I used to do a lot of things before fucking COVID. I used to decorate stuff and I used to head out to the pub or have people over, but not so much. They'd always either I'd host a party or someone would host a party or there'd be something on in the pub that you go to, but not so much now. Again, it just sorry, I'm fucking Johnny Downer here. I apologize.
oh no, man, it's cool, it's cool. um Me, for tradition, every year since, I want to say, honestly, it was like I'd probably say since maybe 2015, 2014. Every year I try to watch either, not try to watch, I make it a point to watch one or the other. I'll either watch Night of the Living Dead or Dawn of the Dead.
I again, for me that probably Ghost Watch or fucking Evil Dead 2 or Pumpkinhead. Monster Squad. I got into watching Monster Squad. I
Oh
tried to
yeah,
watch
that's
I
great.
want to show my niece and nephew Monster Squad as well. That's a
Yeah,
good
that one's
movie.
great, man. That one, I mean, even the creature in that looked amazing.
Yeah.
All of the all of the monsters look great.
That,
I
that,
like
that,
the little
that was
differences that they did with like
yeah.
Frankie, and like, just, I don't know, man. I think they did a great job.
It was cool. They kept the old kind of classic Universal look, but done their own twists, as you said. Like
Hmm.
ADI done a fantastic job. Alec Gillis, I think, played the Gill Man, and they done all the prosthetics and animatronics and stuff.
It
That's a
wasn't
fucking
Woodruff.
Tom Woodruff Jr. was the Gill Man, and
He was also Pumpkinhead.
Gillis, yeah, Gillis done fucking the animatronics and stuff. I always get the two mixed up because they're partners in ADI.
Yeah, I mean that was the other thing too. Like going back to Pumpkinhead, that was also Tom Woodruff as well.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, man. I mean, yeah, that's a good one that would be cool to show a kid. I think that would be really really fun. Um, I always have fond memories of watching that when I was younger. You know, people it would be on HBO all the time. You know, um, but no, I think traditions for like every year. Now my traditions are more like because back then before I met my wife and everything, I would do a sort of I would pick a theme of what I wanted to watch on Halloween because I lived in an apartment. Kids wouldn't really come by, so I wouldn't really do. All I would do
Hmm.
is like have a few beers, watch and just watch horror movies. So I would choose like, okay, this year I wanted to do, slashers or whatever. Or this year I wanted to do Universal Monsters, so I would do Universal Monsters. I'd watch several movies, but at the end of the night, before the night ended, I would have to watch either Night of the Living Dead or Dawn of the Dead. And
Um, it, it's they're classics. You have to watch them.
mhm. But that's just been like my. Other than that, I mean, yeah, decorating. Decorating around the house, and now it's more of like, I guess more of my tradition now is just hanging out outside. The last few Octobers have been fairly nice outside, so that's kind of cool. Just put on some, Halloween themed music and just chill, man. Just hand out the candy and everything and all that good stuff. That's basically my traditions now as an old man, I guess.
That's like, I suppose there's only so much you can do once you reach a fucking particular age. Like, fucking. I don't know. Sorry. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let's see. Let's get back to the Chapman Squad starring the not the not Universal Monsters. Yeah,
It's like
definitely.
Kmart.
Yeah, the
Kmart.
Kmart monsters. I don't know, man. They're not GoBots, all right. I feel like you calling them the Kmart Universal Monsters. That's still like an insult because they look pretty snazzy. They
They
look
do. They
they
do.
look pretty legit. Like if they, I wish NECA would do that. I wish NECA would do those figures. That would be really cool. Or somebody. I mean, hopefully NECA because that would be the detail would be sweet on those.
Yeah, they wouldn't have to change the tooling that much.
No.
Just maybe the head sculpts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go, NECA. We're giving you gold here on a silver platter. Night of the Creeps is also badass. Yeah, thrill me.
I love that movie.
Yeah,
I
it's
had
great,
to.
man.
I had to throw the quote for Christina there underneath.
I got good news and bad news, girls. Good news is your date's here. Bad news is they're all dead.
it's
That's the only time. The only time I make the joke. The only time that Rusty Griswold was a badass.
what was the other? There's like some of the lines he said were cool. Some of them were just bonkers. It's like it's Miller time. It's like
Yeah,
why? Why?
I always thought it was funny too that one part when he was using the spray to
Hmm.
burn. Like that was like that was a way ridiculous like flame,
For
right?
hairspray.
For
It's like,
hairspray. I've done that trick before, and it's no way like a flamethrower. Oh man, Professor says I celebrate Halloween even when I'm an old decrepit. And after I die, I still celebrate it and come back every year to scare the crap out of people on Halloween.
has to be done.
Has to be done. Somebody's got to do it. Professor, you're the man to do it, good sir. And
I
then
I
go ahead,
am
man.
thinking, introducing because Jen was going to be a smart arse, and she's like, oh, since Ireland, since I'll be coming to live in Ireland, I'll try and learn a tradition. So what's an old tradition in Ireland? I was like, okay, well, pumpkin carving. Before we had pumpkins, we had turnips. So you can fucking carve a fucking jack o' lantern into a turnip. So smart arse. And she's like, okay, I guess I'll have to. Good luck with that.
Man, that's funny. Um, I want an Uncle Rico Wolfman NECA figure. That would be cool. You've seen Napoleon Dynamite, right?
No.
You haven't seen Napoleon Dynamite?
Oh, I have. I've seen Napoleon Dynamite, but I can't remember. Uncle Rico Wolfman.
Yeah, he Uncle Rico was the Wolfman in Monster Squad.
Oh fuck.
He played the human version.
Okay. Okay. Jesus. Christ.
He was also in that movie. He was in that movie. Oh my God, why am I drawing a blank on it? I just saw it this year when I went to go talk to Ted Nicolau. The Oh my God, not Video Dead, Video Drone. No, not Video Drone. Oh my God, it's gonna bother me now.
Was he in Fright Night 2? The original Fright Night 2. Was he one of the? Was he one of
Uh,
the? I'm probably fucking mixing him up with someone else. Thought he was the Wolfman that done bowling with someone's head.
I'm trying to think. Let me see. What's this? Oh, that was it. Why could I forget that? No, Friday Night 2. Was he in Friday Night 2?
I'm probably wrong. I'm probably fucking because he was the Wolfman in fucking Monster Squad.
The film that I was thinking of was Terror Vision.
Oh yeah, that's a weird
OD.
movie.
Oh, it's great. It's a great movie. It's
That's cool.
weird. You're right.
Medusa
Yeah, Medusa. That that was clearly Elvira.
and the fucking the parents are swinners and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I liked the Uncle Rico Wolfman, but he kind of reminds me of a badger. I don't know. He has this kind of triangular snout, and his hair's kind of grey, and his ears are super pointy. It reminds me of a badger, a European badger.
I have to look up a European badger, man, because I'm like, oh, it's
He looked
Uncle
like a
Rico's
fucking
wolf.
badger. I'm not joking.
Hmm. I know his cheekbones were pretty high, but I still like the wolf, the way that Wolfman looks.
They
I'm
look
like,
cool. It just reminded me of a badger. It's just weird.
hmm, interesting. I'll have to look it up and then compare the two faces, man.
Compare and contrast.
Yeah, exactly. Rob says I love turnips. I don't think I've
Try
had it.
fucking carving one, Rob. See if you love it then.
Yeah, yeah. He was in Real Geniuses too, right? It's been forever since I've seen that one. I know about Kilmer's in it. Isn't also Chosen from Karate Kid 2 in it?
Is he?
I believe so. I think
Who
he's
is
like
he
one of
in that?
he was like Kilmer's friend in that, I think.
Okay.
I think. Let me see if I'm thinking the correct person. Let me see. Maybe I'm not thinking the right person. I don't know. Yeah, he was in that. Yeah, he was in that one.
Okay.
Honey badgers are quite fierce. Are they that fierce, Marty?
We don't have honey badgers. Again, we European badgers. We don't have fucking weird. We're going to take on lions and tigers and shit. You ever see a video of a fucking honey badger taking on a cobra or a fucking leopard? They're insane. But nah, these are slow fuckers that usually get run over by trucks and shit
Oh.
like that.
Uncle Rico was guy in the closet in Real Geniuses. I have to see that movie again, man. I haven't seen it forever. I didn't know Val Kilmer was in it, and then it's not till later on that I was like, "Holy crap, Chosen is in this from Karate Kid 2." And it also threw me. It also threw me off when I guess because Karate Kid 2 came. I saw that first, and then going back and watching Better Off Dead with John Cusack, and I was like, "Holy crap, Chosen's in this." And I
I
know I know he has a real name, but it's like he's always gonna be friggin' Chosen to me.
chose. It was weird for the last period of time. I actually preferred Karate Kid 2 to Karate Kid 1.
Yeah,
I thought it was more action. It was cool. It was just more Jeopardy.
exactly. It was like more life or death. So like
Hmm.
that's why like when the third one came around, when I got older, I didn't think about it till I got older, and I was like, really, if you think about it, like why would Daniel be afraid of the bad boy of karate?
He nearly got stabbed by some dude in a foreign fucking country
Yeah,
trying to rescue some chick.
he almost got killed by like a storm. with the light when the lightning struck and all that
Rescuing
stuff.
the kids and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he survived all that, and yet he's afraid of the bad boy of karate. And I'm sorry, everybody, that we've kind of gotten off topic of like, you know,
I am the man who will fight for your honor.
you hear that, Jen? Marty's gonna fight for your honor.
Some dude just comes over and kicks me in the face. I could have been a contender. Better Off Dead is brilliant.
Oh yeah, it's great, man. With Booger, also he's hilarious in it. You got the girl from well, you got Amanda Weiss,
Yeah.
and you got the other girl, the original one of the princesses from Bill and Ted as well. She's playing the French girl.
What was it? $2. $2.
$2
Fucking following him
plus
up.
plus tip.
And when he jumps off the fucking bridge, and the two African American construction. Damn, that's a waste of a perfectly good white boy.
And the other
I
guy's just
love
like,
that line.
I like when Booger is like snorting up the snow.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, this is pure snow. You know what the street value is of this entire mountain?
It's just so stupid and it's fun. Like for no reason, there's a musical number with a stop motion fucking burger. You're
Yeah, I
like,
know. Great, man. It's just a great film. It's like, I don't know, man. It's great. And then later on, where he's just like, he starts snorting the Jello, and he's just like, oh, that's nuts. It's like, Spicy 4K, Reed, how you doing, good sir? Thanks for stopping by. Silver Light Gaming, hey buddy, how's it going? Thanks for stopping, my man. Strange Monkey, hey, how's it going, brother? How
Hey,
you
dude.
doing? Thanks for stopping by. I've been MIA for a bit. I'm trying to get around to everyone's videos again. I hope you guys are well.
You're
Well, thank
good.
you, sir.
Jesus, don't.
Yeah,
Thanks,
man.
man. Yeah.
Life happens. It's all good, brother. That movie is full of crazy shit. Yeah, man. But it's great, man. It's such good fun.
It's silly. It's fucking.
So I guess we've been going at this for an hour and a half now. Here we go. I had to bring this one up. It's green and still moving. That's great. You remember that?
Yeah.
He's like he pokes the whatever that the blob or whatever it is. And he picks it up, and it's just like all of a sudden it just starts moving off the plate.
Doesn't the little brother build like an advanced NASA rocket or something?
He also built a laser. He builds a laser gun.
Was that like a spoof? That was, I think, the first. Before we got all the airplanes and not another teen movie, that spoofed all the '80s teen kind of dramas, the John Hughes dramas. I think that's
a little bit. I think it wasn't as on the nose, like whereas a lot of not another teen movie that was like clearly like this is what we're spoofing. Yeah, the book how to pick up cheap women. Oh man, yeah, that was cool. It's like, what does a kid like you do reading smut like this? The mailman, he's like going through everybody's like mail and dropping it as he's like walking to deliver stuff. Classic, man. Classic. Well, like I was saying, Marty, we're going on an hour and a half now. I guess we can go ahead and call it a day. Do you have anything coming up that you want to share or pimp out or anything?
Myself, myself and Jen are going to be live tomorrow night with Hey Internet Eric here. We're talking about 2007's Death Wish with Kevin Bacon. Also, if you get a chance, guys, Jen done a really cool tag video from David Diggs, and she done an awesome review of The Substance. So give them a look as well. Jen's does some amazing stuff, and it needs to get a bit more notoriety.
Yeah,
her stuff kicks ass.
I didn't get a chance to. I saw her review of The Substance, and I didn't get a chance to like comment on it yet. But yeah, it was pretty solid. It's just a movie. I saw the trailer for it when I went to go see Romulus, and it didn't catch my attention. I was just like, eh. Honestly, like when I first from the trailer, I know seeing her review, and I think I saw somebody else's review, and they talked about like a whole of all the crazy stuff that's going on in it, and that's cool that they don't show that in the trailer. Like Jen mentioned that, I think, and that's cool that they didn't like waste anything
Give
in the
away,
trailer.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Maybe when it comes to streaming, I'll check it out. But for me, like when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, this is like, I guess a more serious Death Becomes Her or something. Which
Mm.
after Jen's review, I was like, oh, clearly it's not that. It's kind of that, but not really. But
I think like I checked it out myself, and Jen hit the nail on the head. It's Cronenberg. It's very Cronenberg-esque, early
yeah,
David Cronenberg.
yeah. Somebody did tell me that they were like somebody that I work with. They're like, oh, have you seen The Substance? I'm like, no, I haven't, but I hear people are like loving it. Online, people are like, you know, singing his praises and everything. And she was just like, horrible, horrible movie. you know, and it's like, okay, after a while, like you see these beautiful women and they're naked throughout and they're beautiful women and everything, but okay, we get it and all this stuff. And then they show like, I'm not really spoiling too much. Everybody is saying that they're naked through a lot of the movie.
Mm,
And, and also something about like, they linger on stuff like, cause it's like an exercise video sort of thing.
yeah.
And they actually show like 3 minutes of that in different angles and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, so something like that. I'm like, all right, well, yeah, I can see how that can be kind of. They maybe could have cut that down, made the movie a little shorter. I don't know, but I was just in conversation with that person, and it's a person that when they found out I like horror movies, it's like I have a group of people at work that are like, oh, did you see anything new? Oh, what did you see this? Oh, did you check this out? I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, so.
I think a lot of people as well forget that there's different genres of horror, and just
Mhm.
because one person likes one genre doesn't mean they're going to like everything across the board.
Well, it's like earlier, and just to kind of let everybody know, I did pick this up today. See Blair Funko. So I got this actually at a Hot Topic, and this thing looks absolutely incredible. I never thought I was going to find this, but going back to my story, what I was going to say was like, oh, we got, oh, did you see the Art the Clown stuff? Did you see we had an Art the Clown one? I'm like, not a Terrifier fan.
Hmm.
Oh, well, we also had, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I was like, not a fan. You know,
I I
I like the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but plus there was something recent that happened that really like, oh, you know what, screw y'all. Um, I don't know if I've told you about it, Marty, but I'm not gonna get too much into it. But
no,
I was
no.
pretty upset about what happened. So after that, I was just like, oh, forget it. But no, it's yeah, but people love Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and like that's cool. Like the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I'll always like. I'm like, man, this is nuts. The way they did it, the grittiness, it looks so like, the other ones are fun, but I wasn't always a big fan of it. Terrifier, I'm not a fan of. I mean, I've only seen the second one. I was falling asleep. The score was great, the effects were amazing, but I don't know, it just wasn't for me.
Again, it's not everyone's going to like. I think
Right.
to an outsider, people are like, "Well, he likes horror. He like this," and especially if you're going into a hot topic as well, people are like, "Gotta sell stuff." Oh, we got this. Leave me the fuck alone and let me look myself. I
I
hate
was like,
what.
clearly I'm buying this, so I saw
Mm,
what you had, right? But they did have an Army of Darkness one, the Evil Ash. That one looked really cool. But I was
nice.
already buying this guy, so I was like, I'll just take this. And I don't really get too many Funkos, so that's why I was like, but the Thing, obviously, I love that film. And Christina says she's interested in seeing The Substance. I mean, from the reviews that I saw, it seems like it's a lot more than what the trailer tells you. So I'm like, that's kind of cool. But like I said, it's probably something I'll just wait till it's streaming. Uh, the Master of Fear is here. Hello. Thanks for stopping
Hey,
by.
Kara.
We're actually just getting ready to wrap this up. But no, thank you for stopping by and definitely check
No,
out.
thanks a million for having us, dude. It's always a pleasure to be on.
Oh, okay. We got another question on the topic of Night of the Living Dead. Have you seen Jet and Hess? It stars Dwayne Jones as a vampire. Drake's talked about it on his podcast, and I thought it sounded interesting. I don't
Oh,
think I've seen that one. Ganja and Hess. It's Dwayne Jones as a vampire. Wow. I might have to look into that. Thanks for letting me know, Christian. I'll definitely check that out, or I'll look into it and see. Yeah, because I'd love to see something else that Dwayne Jones was in. Because I mean, he was so. I mean,
The what he's a great actor, but he didn't star in much.
yeah, because he passed like what, not too long after. I think he only did like what, 2, 3 movies or something like that. He was mostly like a stage actor.
I'll double check because so that was 73. Uh, dun, dun, dun. Check now. Sorry, my phone is slow as fuck.
Oh, no worries, man. But Rob, man, it's great to see you, brother. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us and stuff like that. You are definitely missed, my man. And everybody else, I have to say thank y'all for coming and hanging out with us. It was a lot of fun. I didn't really know how this was going to turn out. It was kind of like I had been planning it, or in my head I had been planning it, but I didn't know how to materialize it. And it's just sort of like on a whim. I was like, well, let's just stream for a little bit and see, because that's one of the things I've always thought about with some of the other creators in the community. Like, what were some of your favorite memories growing up? What's some of your traditions that you have to go through? Because like, for Halloween and stuff like that. And, but no, thank you everybody that stopped by and hung out with us. Really, really, truly appreciate each and every one of you. And you as well, Marty. Thanks for coming on and hanging out with me.
No, it's always a blast fucking streaming with you, dude.
And beyond that, was there anything else you wanted to share, Marty, before we
No,
end?
just if you get a chance, check out some of Jen's reviews. And yeah, also, if anyone's a fan of PlayStation games, I put up a video about fucking my top 10 PlayStation games. That's it.
Yeah, that was a fun one, man. Like that really took me back, and especially the way you started off with like, who who remembers this, like
The
the
music.
intro. Yeah, I was
Oh,
like,
the
man.
that sound gets the endorphins going every fucking time.
There's that one, and then there's the Dreamcast one. The
Yeah.
Dreamcast one also gets me like, I'm like, oh man, that's awesome.
Were you one of those fucking lucky bastards who had a Dreamcast growing up?
I got a Dreamcast at the tail end
Never had one.
when it was already dying, and the price like severely dropped.
There's still third parties making games for that. You know that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like there was one that a buddy of mine, he burned for me, and because it was like a Japan release or something
Mhm.
like that, so he found it, and we couldn't he couldn't get it, so he burned it. And he's like, oh man, this is a shooter. You got a plane shooter one, and it's like, man, it's insane what some of these people have done with these games. It's great. I only wish they would have done the Castlevania game. Like I think they were like 75% done with it, and then they just
And they
scrapped it.
never finished. Yeah,
Yep. And it would have been the first 3D Castlevania game.
that sucked.
Yeah. I mean, it looked interesting. You can find some of the some of the intro of it, or some of the cinematics of it online. And
Yeah,
there's also like, I think I saw somewhere somebody was able to find the a part of like, to like a playable almost demo sort of thing, but it was like really rough and stuff like that. It wasn't finished, so like it just ends. Something like that. I can't remember. But if you do the rabbit hole searching, you'll find it.
you can find anything online nowadays.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy, man. But with that, guys, I mean, the only other thing I got coming up, hopefully some reviews. I'll see if I can do one of these. I'm hoping to do one of these every week for October. If I can, I will. If not, I might every other week or something like that. Also, keep an eye out. I'm going to do a video about a giveaway since I hit 750 subscribers, which at this point, it's already, what I saw today, it's at 780. So I'm like, I'm late. I'm late for the giveaway thing, but it's just, life's been crazy. So keep an eye out for that, and hopefully some reviews. But yeah, again, thanks everybody for stopping by. Marty, as always, thanks, brother, for coming by and hanging out with
Awesome
me.
being part.
And definitely check out Marty's channel if you haven't. I'll have his link to his channel in the description below after this is done. But everybody that's listening in the future, thanks for checking out the stream, and everybody have a wonderful spooky season. Y'all take it easy.
Sláinte mhaile.